My name's Dee Kelly. I have been a trustee of TCU since 2017. My initial exposure at TCU was all about my father and he went to school here, obviously, and he was alumni and big part of this university as trustee. 25 years ago, a group of his friends got together with Chancellor Tucker, and they decided to build this alumni center where we sit today. Very unknown to him at the time that a lot of these folks had contributed a lot of money and took all the steps necessary to get this alumni center built. And I think that was where it really hit home how important this university was to our family, particularly since our name was on this building. And that event was very special to him, probably the most important thing from a non-family perspective that happened to him in his life. He was very, very proud of this. My mother was a frog too, and she's very proud of this place. She has her portrait on the wall in this room next to us, her name on the plaque over there against the wall. And I think having two parents who really loved this university educated all of their children, my brother and my sister and me, about how important TCU was. And obviously it's become very important to me at this point in my life as well. And we talk a lot about what makes TCU special. I think everyone has a different opinion about that, but it really is the relationships and the people that make this university so unique and special. There aren't many frowns when you walk on this campus. There aren't many people that are unhappy. And while there are issues like every other university has, at TCU they get resolved, they get worked through, and a lot of that has to do with leadership. We've had incredible leaders here. I think the current chancellor is special, and Dr. Tucker I knew well, was an incredible man. And I think that kind of leadership sets the tone on down. Campaigns like the one TCU undertook are transformational, and this one even more so because I believe when they asked me to serve, TCU was in a building moratorium, and buildings are the way you raise money, at least in my experience. And to say we're going to raise the amount of money they were seeking through programs for people and for students and for future students is pretty unique, and it says a lot about the donor base that they're willing to get involved in that type of fundraising. TCU and Fort Worth have a very close, symbiotic relationship in some ways, and it's always been a university led obviously by graduates and alumni, but also by independent folks who've decided to invest their time and talent and treasure whatever else into the university. For me personally, the campaign became very special because of the medical school. I was fortunate to be on the very front end of this before I was a trustee, visiting with Victor and a few other people in the community about developing a medical school in Fort Worth, because it's going to have such an incredible impact on the future of TCU and this community. Ann Marion, and she made the important gift that really got us started, and of course the naming gift as well for the medical school. And given our close relationship with Ann for most of my life, I mean, that's very special. The history of TCU suggests one thing, that this campus is going to grow and the student body is going to grow. So I think that's really the next challenge, is how are we going to grow the school? How are we going to build out this campus even further? And how are we going to be able to handle all the students in a way that gives them the same experience that all the graduates had before them? The leadership we have in administration and of course athletics, they all are part of that process, but keeping that unique, special relationship between the student and the teacher and the faculty, that is really what makes it special.